Welcome back to the Cosmic Awakening podcast. I am Makāula Nakae, a lifelong experiencer and ET contactee since 1990. I have a wealth of insights and stories to share from decades of lived experiences spanning spiritual, interdimensional, and extraterrestrial contacts. Cosmic Awakening Part 3, 2014, The First Contact. Chapter 2, Ascension and Awakening. Episode 12, December 21st, 2012, Ascension Day. On December 21st, 2012, as I sat on my lanai gazing at the night sky, another UFO caught my attention. A faint, plasma-like orange glow darted across the park ahead of me. It streaked over the park, leaving a distinct trail lasting only 2 seconds. The size of the light seemed too diminutive to be a spacecraft. Perhaps it was the luminescence of a conscious entity. During this time of the year, seeing peculiar phenomena with the naked eye became more frequent. The day prior, feeling more tired than usual, I retired to bed at 8:00 p.m. However, sleep eluded me for reasons unknown. Strangely, as I closed my eyes, a spontaneous healing process commenced, flooding my brain with pleasant neurotransmitters, eventually enveloping my entire body in a profound sense of well-being. Waves of vibrations rippled through me repeatedly, persisting not just for 1 day but 4 or 5 days. Similar to this phenomenon, I had long sensed a portion of myself protruding from my heart area. This sensation of heart expansion persisted for about 2 years, startling and unsettling me with its intensity. Over time, it transitioned from a localized feeling to a more expansive sensation coursing throughout my entire being. Recently, this feeling resurfaced, albeit in a slightly altered direction. Seizing the opportunity while lying down, I called upon the cosmic medical team for healing. Subsequently, waves of vibrations surged throughout my body, signaling the commencement of a comprehensive healing session, led by the cosmic medical team. What ensued was an intensified iteration of the process that had begun days earlier, channeling vast waves of energy through the soles of my feet. The toes and soles of my right foot began to warm up rapidly, contrasting with the unchanged state of my left foot. Seeking balance, I requested equal attention for both feet. As the frequency of the aura surrounding my body shifted with the billion waves, images began to manifest in my mind's eye, an unfamiliar face hovering near the targeted area, depicted as a translucent holographic projection visible to the naked eye. Progressing through each segment of the left leg, the incoming images varied, hinting at records perhaps linked to past lives. With the insertion of a distinct and more plasmatic electromagnetic wave, my left leg's tension and muscular contractions gradually eased, undergoing periodic transformations. Improving the condition of both legs persisted for about an hour before transitioning into the next phase. Now the exercise transitioned to the bed. I was instructed to let my body move freely, so I relaxed and waited. Soon my arms began to move independently, almost as if driven by a force other than my own will. Unlike the usual adjustments my body makes, this phenomenon of spontaneous movement was not unfamiliar to me, so I surrendered without resistance. The exercises, akin to autopilot maneuvers for healing purposes, involved intricate muscle stretching movements that would be challenging to describe in writing. Various parts of my body moved simultaneously, guided into multiple poses, primarily focusing on the upper body. The exercises included raising and stretching the arms in specific directions, twisting the upper arms and vice versa, engaging all fingertips, stretching muscles and ligaments extensively. Many of these movements resembled mudras, transforming the hands' tips into various shapes. As time passed, the movements expanded to involve large gestures, using the arms, upper arms, and even shoulders. While lying down, the scene resembled a religious dance reminiscent of Bali, a Southeast Asian country. The roots of religious dances in Southeast Asia trace back to yogic movements aimed at opening the body, which evolved into dance forms. The skeletal alignment was meticulously adjusted from the neck to the shoulders and mid-back, accompanied by creaking and slithering sounds. Next came a series of leg exercises targeting my tight hip joints. Surprisingly, these movements were executed solely by my legs, reminiscent of the hip exercises performed by the divine bodyworker Takako. If attempted independently, these maneuvers would have seemed nearly impossible. However, to my amazement, my right leg lifted and opened to the side autonomously, with my knee rising, further opening to the right, lifting my hips and initiating rotational movements at the base of my right leg. Could such feats be accomplished on autopilot? These exercises persisted for under 2 hours, culminating with a jointed palm. I pondered whether the absence of the two feather swell waves in my brain was due to a short circuit caused by overcharging, leading to their unusability. Now the waves manifested alongside vibrations throughout my entire body, signaling the readiness of the cosmic medical team to proceed with the procedure. On the 25th, a new and unprecedented phenomenon unfolded, initiating just after 2 p.m. The focal point of this occurrence was the area beneath the left rib cage period, as I reclined to receive healing from the cosmic medical team. Electromagnetic vibrations surfaced on the sole of my left foot and the tips of my fingers. At the same time, significant waves began their ascent from under my foot towards the upper body. Suddenly, a ball of intense heat, approximately 3 centimeters in diameter, materialized in the left rib area, catching me off guard with its unexpected appearance. Gradually, this heat ball morphed into a vertical shape, extending towards the upper left shoulder. Its diameter remained consistent as it ascended, resembling a vertical pillar. Upon reaching the left shoulder, it slightly descended from its origin towards the lower left pelvis, albeit with less intensity than its upward movement, creating subtle undulations near the hip bone. Initially, I presumed this to mark the culmination of the process. However, it succeeded by activating a swirling wave motion, forming a pillar of light from the left shoulder to the left rib, and then to the left pelvis, where it commenced fine vibrations. They were dividing the body vertically into 3 equal parts. A wave pillar manifested solely at the left extremity, pulsating repeatedly. Subsequently, the pillar of light traversed, vibrated, and expanded, akin to waves gradually surging toward the right side of the body. I observed these transformations for an extended duration, from approximately 2:30 p.m. to after 7 p.m. The unexpected length of the healing session, nearly 5 hours, left me stunned, as I had anticipated it to last only about 2 hours. Physically drained, possibly due to this novel incarnational transformation, I slept excessively over the next 2 to 3 days. The initial indications of this phenomenon surfaced in late November 2011, while I resided in Sammamish, Seattle. Suddenly, a recognizable circular pipe materialized around the diaphragm, resembling an invisible floating ring approximately 3-4 centimeters in diameter. Preceding the appearance of this transparent floating ring, various signs emerged. Frequent sensations of heat on both sides of the spine at the diaphragm level, correlated with the adrenal glands above the kidneys. Recurrent pain in the lower part of the right rib. A distinct sensation of a hole in the right rib side, acting akin to a drainage shaft associated with toxin reduction in the etheric realm. Concerning the placement of internal organs, while the liver resides on the right rib's medial side, there is no organ of comparable size on the lateral side of the left rib. The transformations around the diaphragm undoubtedly involve the pancreas and the adrenal glands above the kidneys, flanking the pancreas on both sides. However, the column extending vertically from the midpoint of the left flank towards the left shoulder does not correlate with internal organs. Although it may pertain to muscular structures, the direction of the waves deviates from this, suggesting a connection to the wave-like body structure bonded to the power source. This evoked thoughts of Adam Kadmon, or God body, or even the metaphorical tree of life. However, even within the structure of Adam Kadmon, no separate exists between the left shoulder and the left pelvis. Hence, according to Adam Kadmon's terms, the left pillar of light is a conduit linking both separate. The transformation of the vortex appearing on the side of the right rib, positioned above the liver, continued to unfold at the onset of the new year. The 2 primary sites involved in these transformations were the diaphragm and the rib. Regarding the rib's relevance, it parallels Eve's creation. According to Jewish folklore, Adam and his initial companion Lilith, or Earth's first inhabitants, formed simultaneously from mud. However, the Old Testament recounts the creation of Eve, the second woman, from Adam's rib. This tale culminates in Paradise Lost, where Eve, enticed by the serpent's cunning, consumes the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, prompting Adam to follow suit. This act bestows upon them wisdom and shame. Upon discovering their transformation, the gods expel them from Eden to prevent them from consuming the fruit of life. In this narrative, two fruits are significant: the fruit of wisdom and the fruit of life. The pillar of light on the left half of the body, associated with Eve's creation from Adam's rib, symbolizes Eve's connection to the vortex of the fruit of wisdom on the right side of the head, facilitated by the rising kundalini, the serpent's temptation. In the Kabbalistic tree of life, the vortex of wisdom resides on the upper right side of the head, contrasting with the forthcoming fruit of life. In the days following this healing, I noticed a diminished sensation in my head, with my seventh chakra remaining sluggish. Uncertain about these developments, I sought assistance from the space medical team. However, on the morning of the 29th, I had an experience where I perceived the right side of my head, witnessing the blood vessels deep within dilating and opening up. Recollections emerged from a childhood car accident at 6 years old, during which I struck the right side of the back of my head on asphalt, losing consciousness. I found myself in a nearby clinic's operating room, where a doctor had just completed a procedure to remove internal bleeding by drilling a hole in my skull. The area was changing, and images of something coursing through the surrounding blood vessels flooded my mind. To be continued. Watch the cinematic video trailer. Explore the archive. Cosmic Awakening, Part 1, 1991. Peru, Journey into the Unknown Sacred Valley of the Incas. Part 2, Ascension, 2012, The Golden Alchemy. Part 3, The First Contact. The World of ET Contacts, Beyond C5. Join the journey. New episodes drop periodically. Each chapter delivers a tight, hyper-focused 10 to 30-minute hit of real-life experiences, perfect for your daily plunge into consciousness exploration. Subscribe to support your inner development. Thumbs up to help push our channel through the algorithm. Comment below. Share your thoughts on today's exploration.